In this video, we are exploring architectural runway. It's a concept in Scaled Agile framework. Now, before we go into architectural runway, let's spend some time and see how usually Agile teams works on architecture. Now, many times we believe that when we pick up, so this is like a product backlog for us, where we have all the items which we have to develop or which we wish to develop for a given product, and we pick up a sprint, a time boxed duration, and we pick some items here. Now these items produces a running software or a running working product at the end, which can be potentially shipped. Now many times when we are doing this development in an early stage of the product development, this product which is going here is expected to have all these things which we have picked up from the backlog. Now, what all things we are picking? We are picking things to generate some value. So, whatever item we are developing, they provides value. But there are two types of value. One is the business value. So, the business can potentially use it. The another value is knowledge value. Because we are doing a complex environment development and iterative development, and we are doing iterative development because we want to learn with each iteration. If we already know everything, then we don't have to do an iterative development. So we need to acquire knowledge, and knowledge is about customer, knowledge is about technology, so that we can meet the customer needs in an effective way. Now if we see this knowledge part, the knowledge could be also looked into two dimensions. I say it a dimension one, which is a what dimension. What should we build? It's more about understanding customers. So whatever product demo we give, we take the product to the customer, stakeholders, we know more and more about what they really need. The another dimension of knowledge is how are we going to build it? Now, by doing development, we understand the technology, we understand the challenges which might come across, and we need to learn about those things so that we can meet the what part of it. So, in order to acquire knowledge value towards what and how, we also pick up some items which may not produce a business value in a given iteration, but it helps us in knowing more about what we are going to do next. So if I see as a time dimension, so this is like a time, say months, days, iterations, and if I am exploring my what like this, what part of software development which I am doing, then my how part might be little bit ahead in time. So I might be focusing on this is something which my customer can see it, but I also need to spend some time to think of how I am going to build the next part of what. So next part of requirements, next part of things which are anticipated in my mind, but I need to have some idea how am I going to do it. If I don't spend this time little ahead, then I won't be able to give a prediction, some information to the stakeholders. Will I be able to do what they really need in future? Now it depends. In some context, you may do too much anticipation, you may go till here. In some cases, you may do very little anticipation. So the what and how goes very hand in hand. Now when you do like this, when you believe the what part is frequently changing. So it's a wastage to anticipate too much here, because we may create an approach for something, but these things may not be in existence once we reach there. So we need to find a perfect balance between anticipation of the work and being ready for the upcoming requirements. If we get too much ready, it might be a wastage. Now, in order to do this gap of what and how and get ready for upcoming requirements from technology point of view, the Scaled Agile framework gives us a concept called architectural runway. The way SAFe presents it, it's like the PI boundaries. So we have, I'm saying this is a one PI, and this is the another PI. So PI plus 1. So program increment. In a simple word, the PI is our 10-week program increment box. This is something present. Right now we are here. This is something will come in future. Now, when the teams are coming together and they are looking at the program backlog in the PI planning meeting, they are looking at two types of program backlog items. One type of a program backlog items, which I am representing with the blue color, are something which has customer focused business values. So they are the things which customer stakeholder can understand. This is something which is visible to the inside the product at the end of a development. And there are some which are infrastructural, which are architectural things. These are the items which will help us in knowing the how part of our development for the upcoming program increments. So when we commit to a PI in a given program increment window, we not only pick up the business features, we also pick up some of the architectural features or some of the features which will help us in building the next feature in next PI. So it is something like, you know that in a next program increment, you need to create some dashboards. But right now you want to understand how are you going to normalize or denormalize the data which can get consumed in dashboard. Another example, in the next program increment, you have to prepare some search interface. But you want to explore in this program increment, what are the possible ways of searching which will meet the performance guideline of your application. So you may want to explore the algorithms now. So when we reach into the next program increment and when we talk to the bigger team, we know where they are, which particular approach they have to take and how they have to emerge and take these things forward. So the blue features are called the business features and these are called enablers. So enablers are something which will get developed now, but they are something they are creating an infrastructure or a foundation for the next program increment business features. And this is what the concept of architectural runway. Using this metaphor of architectural runway helps us in communicating this to the stakeholders well, that the enablers, the items which are coming from a program backlog, which get distributed to teams or which get picked by the team in a program increment and planning meeting, are the one which are helping us to create a foundation, create a knowledge, create an alternatives, designs ready for upcoming program increments. And we need to see our context, how upcoming you have to go. There could be a possibility that in some programs, they want to do very little for the next PI and they want to do maximum thing in the current PI itself. That may produce little uncertainty in your program increment commitments because you are exploring so many things. So your estimations, your risks are high. But it may avoid the wastage of exploring and designing something which was never get built. So as a team, we need to decide against wastages and predictability. So depending upon your context, you decide what makes sense to you, but this is what the concept of architectural runway, which is presented in Scaled Agile framework. I just want to point out one more thing. You may wonder, how do we control how much business value item we will develop and how much enabler features we are going to develop in a given program increment? And this problem is solved, or an approach for solving this problem is given in the Scaled Agile framework by way of suggesting we can go for a capacity allocation. We can decide on a PI boundaries that in this program increment duration, how much percentage of effort will go into business features, how much percentage of efforts will go into architectural features. And this can change from one program increment to another program increment, and because your gap between what and how may also start going down as you start knowing your product more and more. I usually see in the early stage of product development, teams spending more time, more than 50% of their capacity in building and exploring things which are knowledge focused in language of safe, architectural focused or architectural runway focused, but as they start moving towards maturity, the business features starts becoming 80% of their work, and they just need to maintain more and more architectural depending upon the changes in the business features.